Hey, it's Uncle Josh, and we're on Uncle Josh Gaming playing some Wasteland 2 Director's Cut. We left off last time we started exploring Rhodia. The town of Rhodia needs our help. Pistol Pete claimed that a band of thugs have taken over his hometown of Rhodia. He wants us to save Rhodia by showing them who's boss and running them out of town. Dr. Horchata has asked us to get a working microscope from the Man-Rights. Ulrich has asked us to get chloral hydrate from the clinic, which will allow him to knock out Pat the Axe and weaken him in a fight. We went into the bank, we saw that Mr. Gecko guy. Founded as a farming town, Watts became a railroad town in the 1920s and home to many railroad workers. In the 60s, it was the site of violent riots, but all that was a long time ago. Since the apocalypse, it has returned to its peaceful farming roots. That's mighty interesting. Easy, old girl. What the hell, Dante? That was our best rug. I'll get another rug, Emmy's life was at stake. Life, I have a life. It's a fucking possum in our fucking house. Come on, Beatrice. You know I was a farmer when you married me, and a farmer has to run the farm. I knew you were a rich farmer. You had people to do this for you. Beatrice, please, save it for the possums, limp dick. Ah, see? They look like you. Maybe you and Virgil can raise them together. I'm out of here. Beatrice, come back. Ooh. I'm sorry you had to see that, strangers. Trouble in paradise. I feel really bad for this guy.
Great news, everybody. We're holding a harvest contest. The farmer who delivers the most agave to the distillery by sundown tonight gets a 100-bullet first prize. Second prize is you get to keep your farm. Third prize is full-time employment on my farm, which used to be yours. So get busy, yokels. Thanks.
A lean-jawed, wind-etched older man in a cowboy hat and work clothes. He is covered in dirt of honest work. What can I do for you? Dante Goodman's my name. The lady you left is my wife, Beatrice. Well, I suppose she had a right to be mad, but farm ways die hard in an old farmer. We'll ask him about litter. We heard you might have some cat litter you could spare. Cat litter? You have cats? Great little creatures, aren't they? Catch mice and rats, and they're cute too. Well, I got some litter, sure, but it's hard to come by these days. If you wanted some, I think I'd have to ask for a favor in return. What kind of a favor? Well now, I got my own problems, but this plague that's sweeping through Rhodia just hurts my soul. I love this town, and I can't stand to watch it die. So, if you help Dr. Horchata find a cure for the plague, I'll give you some of my litter stash. What do you think of Dr. Horchata? Horchata is a good man. I don't care that the man swears and spits or has an eye as big as a harvest moon. He fixes people up right enough, and that's all that matters. So you breed possums? Yep. I'm told that before the war, they were much smaller and considered pests. Now they're our best livestock. We raise them for the milk and the meat. Tasty any way you slice them, that's for sure. Your name is Dante? They say I'm named after a guy who went through hell to get the woman he loved. Maybe I did it backwards. Your wife is very expressive. She's just a little high-strung sometimes, but I love her anyway. If you see her, tell her to come home. Looks like the farming has paid off for you. It's my life's work, and it's been good to me, though I'm not liking it so much now. Shouldn't have made that deal with the leather jerks. Hmm. What was your deal with Dengler? They offered me a fortune to stop growing anything but agave so they could turn it into liquor. Same deal they offered all the farmers. I didn't want to do it, but Beatrice said it would make us rich. I wanted to make her happy, so... Well, now I'm regretting it. With everybody growing booze makings for the jerks, nobody's growing anything to eat. People are starving, getting sick, and none of us have seen any money either. Dengler tells us it's all deposited in our accounts at the bank, but nobody can get any money out of there, just bullets, but damn few of them. What sickness are you talking about? No clue what it is, but it's a plague upon our fair city, and its farmers in particular. Don't know why it's picking on the working folks. Doesn't seem fair. Tell us about the bank. That no-good gecko started kissing Dengler's behind the minute he came to town. I think they're in cahoots, aiming to milk Rhodia like a possum, I swear. You don't care for the leather jerks? Why the mayor ever thought hiring such men was a good idea, I'll never know. Bunch of thieving hoodlums. That Dengler's the worst of the lot. The deal I made with him is the dumbest thing I've ever done. Wish somebody would do something about him. What do you think of Mayor Van Grass? I thought he was a bad mayor. Then these leather jerks came along and showed me what bad could be. Poor Sam. Tell us more about Dengler. I shook his hand once. Made sure I had all my fingers when I was done. Should have done the same thing when I introduced him to my wife. What happened between Dengler and your wife? That's what I'd like to know. She's with him more than she is with me these days. Says she's negotiating a better deal. But for who? You haven't done anything? If by done anything you mean risking my life or the lives of the other farmers, I I ain't had the courage. Too many people been hurt already. But maybe I got something lying around that might help you do what you do best. Tell you what, you get my wife away from the jerks and out of danger. I'll give it to you. I call it the Heyman hot potato. What's the Heyman hot potato? It's a magnesium-infused shaped charge left over from when we enlarged the crater, named after its late inventor. They'll blow through buildings, rock, solid steel, anything. You could blast into the tower's stronghold with it. Hell, you could melt through the walls of Gecko's safe if you wanted to. You get Beatrice to safety, it's yours. Any suggestion where we could put her? Tell you what, I got a tool shed on my farm. Tell Beatrice I'm finally gonna show her where all my fortune is hid and bring her there. I'll keep her put and give you the hot potato. Then you can do what you want with the leather jerks and she'll be safe and sound. See you soon. Okay. So that was Dante.
Do not listen to Dugan, Los Angeles. Do not let fear turn you into his slave. The future he envisions will never happen, and he will never rule it. For I and my children
We'll burn his pathetic dreams to ashes in the blazing glory of our golden future. Ruben wants to enslave humanity. I want to save humanity. In my future, humans will be perfect beings. Immortal, invulnerable gods with gleaming metal skin. In Dubin's future, humanity will be fuel for his forges. Bring him no offerings, Los Angeles. Worship not at his altar. He is a false god, and I, Matthias, shall cast him down.
A large, sturdy building with a sign on the front that reads, Van Grass Distillery, home of hard-boiled tequila. On one side is a loading dock stacked with barrels, all marked hard-boiled tequila. The loading dock doors are locked, but the main door is guarded by a leather jerk. None shall pass. This guy keeps sipping from a flask he keeps in his jacket. No entry without orders from Lieutenant Dengler. But we have orders from Lieutenant Dengler. Oh, well, go on in. A huge, fiercely bearded and dressed head to toe in studded leather except for the jaunty Greek fisherman's cap perched on his shaven head. This leather jerk looks like the villain in an old-fashioned cartoon. He's got one thing going for him, at least. He's the only jerk in the building who isn't completely shit-faced.
Halt! Who goes there? You're not allowed in here. Dengler's orders. Leave immediately.
Oh, we get a kiss-ass option. Sorry. The Rangers are looking to buy a few barrels of tequila for our headquarters. This isn't the right place?
You're buyers? Damn. My mistake. Please have a look around, sample some tequila. But for your own safety, don't bother the workers or the guards. And stay in the main room. Everything else is off limits. Thanks.
How is the tequila?
They tell me it's the finest booze in the LA wetlands, but I wouldn't know. I don't drink. That's why Dengler gave me the job. He needed somebody sober to watch all these dipsos.
If you don't drink booze, what do you drink?
The distillery also bottles distilled water. I drink that. With the heat in here, I have to. I carry a bottle of it at all times. Delicious. Then go.
This looks like this place does not inspire poetry. Oh, so we received an empty water bottle. It still doesn't smell like the others. It just smells like boiling water. A clear liquid drips from its spout. You taste it, distilled water. A door, you've seen many like it. Let's kick it open.
They must love each other very much. And very often.
Sitting in the bed with his arm around a leathery jerkette is a paunchy young man who bears a striking resemblance to Mayor Van Grass. He looks at you with bloodshot eyes.
Who the fuck are you? I'm busy here.
What exactly are you busy doing?
Quality control. What the fuck does it look like? This place doesn't fucking run without me. I'm the only one who knows the fucking recipe for hard-boiled tequila. I'm the only one who knows what it's supposed to fucking taste like. I'm the fucking key to the whole fucking town.
What's the recipe?
Ha! You fuckers think I'm telling you? I ain't fucking stupid. The only reason I'm still alive is because I know it and nobody else does. That fucking recipe only exists in two places. In my head and in my safe deposit box in the bank. And nobody's getting either. It's worth too fucking much.
How secure is your safe deposit box?
You think you can fucking trick me, fucker? There is no point. First, you'd have to get into the vault at the bank, and that's impossible. Then you'd have to know the combination to my safe deposit box, and ain't nobody ever finding that fucker.
We're the Desert Rangers. We're here to rescue you.
Rescue me? Who the fuck said I want to be rescued? I run this fucking place. Get the fuck out.
Your father asked us to save you.
That old loser? Fuck him. I'm not going anywhere. I hope he fucking rots in that cage. He's got no vision for this town. I'm a fucking visionary. I'm gonna run it right.
Isn't Dengler running the town?
He is now, but that's gonna change. I'll be making my move any fucking day now. In fact, how would you fuckers like to get in on the fucking ground floor? How would you like a piece of the biggest fucking pie in the LA wetlands?
What pie would this be?
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm only talking about the biggest fucking booze operation in all the fucking LA wetlands. We already sell to every town around, but my fucking father never made enough to meet demand. Now, we're making enough for everybody. Shit, we'll be able to sell to every town from Anaheim to Bakersfield.
You sure say fuck a lot.
That's because I'm the king of fuck. I fuck like a fucking god. Huh? Did you speak, bitch? What the fuck was that?
Nothing, honey. I just sneezed. You're the best lover I ever had, honest.
You better fucking believe it.
What do you want us to do?
What the fuck do you think? Dengler had the right idea, getting rid of all the other crops and making this town one big tequila plantation. Fuck, if my fucking father would have fucking done that back in the day, we'd already be the richest fucking town in the wetlands. Fuckers. They both gotta go. My father, Dengler, neither of those fuckers have ever taken me seriously. Well, they will now. You take out my dad, Dengler, Biggin, Pat the Axe, and that fucker out front, the Greek, and I'll pay you more fucking scrap than you've ever seen in your pathetic fucking lives. Plus a percentage of all the fucking tequila sales going forward. What do you say?
Say yes.
Fuck yeah. Okay, then just come back here when those fuckers are in the ground, and we'll settle up.
We gotta go.
Yeah, beat it. I've got some fucking to do.
What a twit. How did the apple fall so far from the tree?
That's a good question, Rose. So we got a safe with a lock and a trap. So Cherry Bomb can disable the trap. Fade can crack the safe. That'll give us a sewer
Does
key.
he know you took that? It would be polite to tell him.
Well-worn notebook with Christopher von Gross written on the cover, but otherwise blank. Guess Chris didn't have much to say. Strangely, however, the corners of page 2, 3, 6, and 9 have been folded over, like he was marking his place, even though nothing is written on them. Mutant Kangaroo Paw. Minus 20 to Animal Whisper, plus 20 to Outdoorsman. So I'll hand that trinket to Fade. Okay. isn't much else we can do in here. Oh. Yeah, there is traps. So nothing back here? Is there anything over here? Nope, nothing over here. I might not have a high enough perception, maybe. Yeah, I might not have a high enough perception, but there should be something. I can come back.
Okay, people. Whoever's been bringing the mayor food and water, that shit has to stop. If we catch you, you'll be right up there with him, with your mouth sewn shut. Thanks.
A huge, deep, circular crater that has been almost completely planted with agave, with a few giant possum pens here and there. Parts of the terraces have been fenced off into allotments. Each a small family farm, but there's one huge farm, which takes up a big a big pie slice of the southern end of the crater.
This crop must be nourishing if everyone is planting it.
It's locked, but I can't open it. The skill isn't high enough. Oh, something to dig.
The prize is lying in Los Angeles. He says I will enslave you and he will save you. It is he who is the slaver. He promises you everlasting life as a perfected human. What he means is everlasting slavery. He will never make you his equal. He will never allow you free will. You will be his children, his slaves, forever. And I don't want to enslave you. I want to destroy you. But at least you will have your freedom until your doom comes upon you. Don't let Matthias trick you into eternal torment, Los Angeles. Die free.
Please repeat, ma'am. What's the situation again?
Please repeat, ma'am. What's the situation again?
It's them! God's militia bastards! They got my son!
Where do they have your son, ma'am?
In the town square. They set up one of their tent shows down there, and they've been preaching and recruiting all day. But now they got my boy, and they say they're going to make an example of him. They say he's a sinner.
Thank you, ma'am. And don't worry. We won't let your son die. Ranger Team Echo is on the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I love my boy.
Echo 1, this is Santa Fe Base. Come in.
This is Echo 1. Go ahead. Over.
Roger, Echo 1. Did you copy that transmission?
Copy. Over.
10-4, sending you the coordinates now. And we need this handled correctly, Echo 1. This is a great chance to get another look at these God's militia creeps, and raise our rep at the same time. Don't mess it up.
Santa Monica.
Santa Fe Base out.
Okay. Can use the sewer key. You unlock the grate with ease. It's very dark inside, but you can tell it leads to an underground sewer system. Okay, well, we'll get to that. I want to go up. An older, powerfully built man with intense eyes and close-cropped gray hair. He is standing next to a broken fence and cursing under his breath as you approach. My prize bull possum, Satan, has broken out of his pen again. You gotta find him before he tears somebody up. You want us to save Satan? Please, he's the biggest, most ornery possum you've ever saw, but he's also the best damn stud in this crater, and worth his weight in gold. I gotta get him back before one of the other farmers gets hurt, or guns him down in self-defense. Do you have any cat litter? Huh? What do you want that for? Oh wait, for radiation, right? Well, I'm afraid we don't get so much radiation around here. So we don't hoard it. Dante might have some. He keeps cats to keep the rats away from his agave. Do you want some help finding them? If you want to find him and herd him back this way, stranger, I'd be much obliged. Might even be able to pay you something for your troubles. You can't get him moving by giving him some of these you can get him moving by giving him some of these possum snacks. He loves them snacks. But if you harm him or kill him, you and me are gonna have words. I got too much invested in that old possum. Okay. So now we gotta go and find Satan. Oh, there he is.
Look at that magnificent beast.
mutation.
So now I gotta go back and around.
That's a possum?
Satan, is that you? Satan. Thank you, strangers. It's good to have the old bastard back. I don't have much, but take this as a reward. Ah, 10 9mm ammo. Hope old Satan didn't give you too much trouble.
What was his name again? Virgil? Well, it should be.
What do you think of Rhodia? Our fair city, the jewel of the LA wetlands. At least it was till the damn leather jerk showed up. Now it's dying on the vine, and I don't know if it'll ever come back. Who are the leather jerks? Old Sam, the mayor, brought him in for security after we got attacked by synths. But they've taken over and dangled them from the towers. Wouldn't be so bad if they were just thugs. They'd get drunk, hurt some people, and move on. But they're smart thugs. They see this here crater as a gold mine. And their plan is strip it. Strip the crater? We've always set aside a little of our land to grow agave so the mayor can make tequila at his distillery. This bastard Dengler realized he could make a fortune if all the land was turned to agave. Now we're nothing but field slaves for a booze factory. And since nobody's growing proper food, we're all getting weak and sick. What do you think is causing this sickness? Don't know if I can blame it on Dengler and the jerks, but I will say this. We weren't getting sick when we were eating. Well, what do you think of the sense? A man can do what he wants to his body, replace his whole self if he wants to. I'm not gonna judge. But when you start hurting people or telling people how to live their lives, that's where I draw the line. I don't care what that Matthias says about peace and love on the radio. Those metal madmen killed friends of mine. How do you feel about the towers? Those towers were a beacon of hope to this land. And the radio I rigged to them was our connection with the outside world. Now those coyotes have made them into goddamn gun positions. It's sick. You rigged up the radio? Yep. Always been handy with electronics, but those jerks smashed it as soon as they showed up. More of Dengler's scheming. So you could fix the radio? Well, I'd be happy to fix it for you, but you gotta do something for me first. You have to save Dante Goodman. His wife Beatrice and that rat Dengler are trying to get him to tell her where he's hidden all his money, and once they do, they're gonna kill him. I'm still mad Dante left me for that tramp, but I don't want him to die. If you get him away from that woman, prove to him that she means him harm, then I'll fix that radio for you, but not before. And straight up killing her ain't the answer. Not before he knows anyway. If Dante believes Beatrice died an angel, he'll mourn her for the rest of his days, and he'll never come back to... Yeah, okay, I'm selfish. I want him back. What's wrong with that? He won't come back if he thinks I was telling lies about her all the time. If he knows the truth, he'll come back. So show him, strangers. Show him. Then I'll fix the radio. Who is Dante Goodman? You don't know him? He owns a good fifth of the farmland in this crater here. Richest farmer in Limbo Town, and I helped him get there. We were married for 20 years, ran the farm together, lived our lives together, shared a bed together. Then that hussy Beatrice came along, sniffing after his money, and it all went to hell. Dante switched teams, and I was out in the cold, just like that. You two were together? That's the part I don't get. Me and Dante, we love the same things. Love growing things, feeding people, tending to the possums. Hard work and simple pleasures, that was us. Then this girl comes along. She don't want none of that. Hates it. But somehow she wraps him around her little finger. And suddenly he's ashamed of all those simple, beautiful things. Dante left you? I knew Dante played both sides of the fence, but I thought he had taste. That Beatrice is about as classy as a rat sandwich, and about as trustworthy as a horse pebble. Addict. Well, as mad as I am at Dante for dumping me, I'm worried for him too. Beatrice is only after his money, and now that she's got Dengler helping her, I don't think he's long for this world. And that's why I want you to get him away from her before you make your move. What is a horse pebble? You're lucky if you don't know. It's a drug all the kids are taking these days. It makes them into happy dreamers that ain't got enough energy even to eat. Got enough energy to steal though, at least when they need their next fix. Then they'll turn on you in a heartbeat. What do you think about Beatrice? You know, until I met that woman, I didn't think that snakes could have tits. So you're not gonna fix the radio? When you get Dante away from Beatrice, not before. What's your take on Dengler? Dengler's had Rhodia sussed from day one. Saw the potential here. Saw who he could use and who he'd have to lose. Hung the mare out to dry and took over his still. Tricked all the farmers into changing their crops. Buddied up with Gecko at the bank and got him to make bullets the only legal tender so he could take away the ammo. We needed to defend ourselves. He's gonna suck on the corpse of this town till it's a bloodless husk. You think Gecko's working with the jerks? He is. I didn't like the guy before the leather jerks showed up. Now I hate him. Money only goes one way at that bank of his. In. It never comes out. Just you try to make a withdrawal. Never happens. So you don't trust the bank? It's not a bank anymore, it's an ammo dump. I don't know where our cash is. Long gone, I guess. But all the bullets the jerks collect at the casino and the front gate are deposited in the safe. Stolen from us. We can't use them to run those thugs out of town. What do you think about the casino? Just another part of Dengler's master plan. The hookers, the games, the drinks, all meant to bleed us of our bullets. If we don't get rid of them, and his jerks, they're gonna suck us dry. You don't like the hookers? Nah, I don't fault them, boys and girls. They're caught in the same trap as the rest of us. How did Dengler trick the farmers? Dengler told all of us farmers he'd pay us big money to grow only agave so we could turn it into tequila. Then, well, everybody agreed and started planting. He told us he deposited all the money in our accounts at the bank, but now Gecko is telling us he'd put a hold on withdrawals until the unrest is over. In other words, until we're too weak to fight back. Do you have any cat litter? Huh? Oh yeah, we already read that. So we got our little mission.
Why did you even save my life? I can't even...
Oh. Got a spot to dig. Burn book of nuts. We'll distribute that. I need to get up and over to the other side. An older woman, clothed in rags, her face deeply carved by wind and weather. She mumbles to herself as she works. You don't look like our usual sort of jerk. Hope you're nicer than the ones we got now. Those jerks have left the poor mayor caged up in the tower for days. Don't know why they don't let him go down, or just kill him. Somebody should do something. What do you know about the jerks? Came down out of the north. It's like some kind of plague. Oh, they promised to help, but they've only made things worse. Bringing drugs and whores and sickness, making everybody farm agave instead of wholesome vegetables and possum. So you're a possum farmer? I've been raising possums since I was younger than you. And thank the Lord for the appetites of that fat monster O'Biggin. The jerks haven't forced me to stop. He likes possum meat so much that I'm selling him a cow every 2 days. What do you think of O'Biggin? The man ain't right in the head. Big as a house, but a mind like a child. Glad he likes my possum steaks, though. It's kept me safe, where others have had terrible troubles. You don't like farming agave? That's beside the point. The jerks think they're gonna get rich selling tequila. So they've told everybody to grow agave, and agave ain't good for eating. Only good for the still. Damn fools. How are all their field slaves gonna work without any food in their bellies? We'll all be dead, and they'll all be broke. You think the sickness is the jerk's fault? I don't know, but it wasn't here before they got here. My nephew's got it, and I ain't got no idea what to do about it. It's enough to break a weary old heart. All I can do is pray that Dr. Horchata knows what he's doing. What do you think of Dr. Horchata? Don't know what's wrong with his face, but there ain't nothing wrong with his mind. He's the smartest man in Rhodia. If anyone can cure us, it's him. You don't blame him for this? Not really. He's just a natural-born fool. He brought those jerks in as protection against the metal men. Now they've taken over our poor town. Metal men? Robot people, whatever they're called. They're a menace. Stole some possums I was selling. Never get that money back. Not in a million. Have you thought about doing something? Oh no, not me. I'm not a fighter. Not like my husband, but maybe you. Or are you just another bunch of jerks? Who is your husband? He's a traveling gun salesman. Pistol Pete Peterson, he calls himself. He was out on a trip and I fear the worst has happened to him. Oh, we've been traveling with Pete. He's alive and well. He's alive? Oh, well, thank you, strangers. You have set my heart at ease. I feel like I can breathe for the first time in weeks. Well, you tell him, if you see him, that I'm still alive too. Those jerks haven't killed me yet. What do you think of the Rhodia Towers? Those towers have been the symbol of Rhodia's hope since before the apocalypse. Now the leather jerks have turned them into some kind of Golgotha, and they smashed the radio set that used to connect us to the outside world. Why do you think the jerks smashed the radio? To trap us here, to keep us from calling for help or knowing what's happening in the rest of the world. What's with that little white possum? Poor thing, not long for this world, I'm afraid. Named him Pogo, and I keep him as a pet. Not sure as shooting can't sell him. The cancer's got him, and he'd poison anyone who ate him. Gave me someone to talk to, though, with my husband being away. Sell Pogo to us, butcher him and sell us the meat. What? You want to buy my little pogo for food? But I told you he's poisonous. You'd kill anybody you fed him to. Yes, we want to buy him. We want pogo steaks. Well, he's gonna die soon anyway. And I can't lie and say that I don't need the money. Your total is 5 bullets. Alright, stranger, wait right here and I'll have your meat for you. Don't say I didn't warn you. You eat him, it's your funeral. Come here, Pogo. Here you go, stranger. I hope I see you again, stranger. Bag of cat litter. Sweet.
This is marvelous. What a well-planned farm. I wish Kathy could see this.
Okay, so now we're gonna go back down into the crater. Now we're gonna go into the sewer. Another bag of cat litter. Uh-oh, there's something in there. Missed. Upchucker, Gillitail, and a human hand and foot. This is the provost. Ooh, we got a trap.
Copy, Ranger Team Echo. This is Santa Fe Base, over.
Just check in to let you know we're making progress and still on the trail. Over.
Echo 1, one of your team has received a field promotion. Congratulations, Echo 1. You've done well.
Thank you, sir. Echo 1 out. Okay. This cherry bomb has got some skills, but we're gonna save those.
This is where they practice that curious monetary system, yes?
So it's alarmed And safe cracked. I think we're gonna save the game. And we're gonna end things here, and then we'll pick things up in the next one.